It's been a crazy first part of the month. I've been up since like 4 something this morning. I went to bed really early last night. I was exhausted. I had a migraine coming. It was the best sleep ever. I got up this morning. I am printing off stuff for my classes. I am getting everything ready, and I got to get my office cleaned up. So I haven't had very many Zoom parties, and I'm realizing I'm putting papers on top of papers and I don't know where everything's at. So remember to keep your workspace or your area organized enough that you can grab things if you need them, or you can put them off to the side so you know you need to file. One thing that I've been getting is these. This was helping for parties, so I could put all the orders in there, all the extra notes, and keep them together until everything was complete. I use these also for my classes. This one is very well used. This is for one of my classes, and this is the stuff I'm printing off for. I also just try to stay as organized as I am because I am like a chaotic organizer. I am one that can have piles and I know where things are at, but I also know that in my OCD mind that I need to have more room and more space so then more stuff gets stuck on top of each other. So then it takes me a little bit longer. I'm trying to get organized. I'm trying to find my flow. I've lived here in this house for 7 years and I've not honestly never really gone through and organized like my bills and stuff. I did that a couple of weeks ago, actually, probably about a month ago, when I was really just fueled with all the excitement coming through in August. And I was trying to get everything ready. And I just found my stuff to mail out to my customers for this catalog season. Yes, I knew I was going to send stuff out and then I couldn't find it. Then I just kind of like blew it off because I was just so overwhelmed. And last month was just not a good month for me. I am pushing through and I am going to make sure this month is as good as it was in August. I'm pushing very hard. I'm going to be sending out messages to my customers again. This will be the third month that they get messages in the first part of the month scheduling out parties because I need the parties. It was so much easier with the parties. It may have made me busy, but I wasn't fighting tooth and nail for the individual orders. My goal also is to make sure that every single person who ordered last month at least gets a thank you. If it's not by text or email, I'll send something out. And I may start figuring out something to like the ones who've been ordering from me the most. I think they need a goodie bag. So I'm going to look through and see what my funds are. Again, I always pull out money from every paycheck that I can put back into my business. I have to make sure what money I have and what money is coming in because I didn't spend much last month. So I need to make sure that that gets towards my customers. I also need to start doing something for my team, but I still haven't gotten there yet. This is a slow motion. I used to do a lot of stuff for my team, but we were also hitting amazing numbers, so it was easier. We haven't been doing well, but I have some really, really amazing shooting stars that are coming through and doing some stuff. So I want to do something for them. You want to reinforce and acknowledge the things that you want repeated, which is not always easy because sometimes we get so busy we don't know what needs to be repeated or what they did that was repeatable. For someone hitting like shooting star after starting, they can't really hit that again, but they could. You just wouldn't have like a report. You wouldn't have a way to just find that and look. So it's something you have to kind of keep up every single month. At the beginning of the month, I always go through my reports. I make sure all the money is processed or like the updating of the workstation is done before I start shouting out my teamies for what they did the month prior. I do a lot of this through Chat GPT because I add in their names of what order they need to be in so they can be shouted out. I also put our PRV, our GWV, and then I calculate all that into sales. With our GWV, this is our sales that we had because I don't want to have to go through and add my PRV with all of my teamies individual PRV. Now, the one bad thing is I did lose a teamie, but they haven't been active in over a year. They didn't respond to any of my messages, and I don't send anything out after that. All I do is now if there's a reinstatement promotion, then I would reach out and I would ask sales support for all of my drop offs from my team. Anybody who was ever a consultant that was no longer on my team, you can do that. So if you didn't know that, you can talk to customer service sales support and ask them if they can send you that report. Now, I know that once you hit, I think it's Star Director and higher, then that's something that is already provided. I'm not there yet, but I'm very excited because in a week I'll be going to Director Boot Camp. I'm very nervous. I already got my flight. I took care of that. Um, I even have a little bit of money saved so that way I can eat. I can like do things if while we're up there, if there's enough time. I don't know. If it's like SFR, there's never enough time to go do anything unless you show up a day early or leave a day later. And I'm not doing that. I'm arriving on the day and I'm leaving on the day we end, and I actually leave a little early. So it's going to be better. This month is going to be better. I'm going to be better. I'm going to have better videos for you. I'm going to have better excitement for you. I'm almost there. I'm getting there. Like I said, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. It's 9:20. So I've been up for 5 hours. This is how I normally feel about 5 hours. And I still have 3 hours of school that I have to go to. And I have podcasts tonight. So with all that being said, I'm going to push through. I got to make sure I eat. I got to make sure I drink my water, and I got to make sure that I am ready for the day. So that's what I'm doing. That's the first thing I do every single morning before I leave for school, as I go through all my classes to make sure is what do I have to do today? I'll even get a index card and I will write on there what is due or what I need to get done today or what needs to be done later this week, because a lot of my online classes, it's like week to week stuff is just due by a certain day. On my day-to-day classes, the ones I go to class, those can be random. I have one teacher that he doesn't have everything posted. He only posts it a day, maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour before class starts. So I have to check on his every day. Think about the things that you have to do and start a routine that you get up maybe 30 minutes earlier, and you take that 30 minutes and figure out what you're going to do with your Scentsy business today. You look at your schedule. Maybe you can see, oh, well, maybe this kid has practice from 6 to 7. You're like, "You know what? What can I do in 30 minutes?" Don't give yourself the whole hour because, you gotta get settled in and where you're sitting. You don't wanna have to try to do something. So, like, give 30 minutes of that hour time that they're gonna be at practice or doing something to work on something in your business. Now, over the whole month, like this month, you might wanna go through and see the things that need to be done and then kinda figure out where they fall in. Starting with a bigger list and then picking and choosing out the different things may be something that is helpful. It just depends. For me, I know roughly what I need to do this month. I want to try to get 500 by the first week because that kind of sets my month up. I also know that I do the warmer and scent of the month on the 15th. So I know that whatever amount that is will be coming out, and that's PRV. This month's incentive is to sign up for World Tour. I'm not sure where the locations are gonna be at. We always have one in Texas. It's normally Dallas. I keep crossing my fingers that it'll be somewhere in Fort Worth because that's close to me. I would love for them to do it in Arlington because that's even closer, but I know that it's gonna be a day. I have to find the dates of when mine's gonna be so my husband can take off work because he goes with me. Because if he has to drive, I don't drive in Dallas. He drives in Dallas. We get there, and it's normally at the Gaylord, I think, is where it's been. So I'm not sure. I can't remember now. It's over in Dallas and or north of Dallas. So those are the things that I look at this month. So what was the incentive? What do I need to work on? Well, it's just signing up for a world tour. Guys, that's 500 points. I'm definitely signing up. I also need to look at where I'm at on my incentive points. I did get quite a few this month. I have a new teamie. She's the one who hit shooting star. She's hit sensational start level 1. I need to make sure I'm helping her get to level 2. Oops, I did not turn this off because I forgot. I just went on. As you can tell, the printer just finished printing. So there are things that you can start working on and looking through for the month. 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, one thing a day with your Scentsy business. One thing. Don't make it a major thing. Don't make it a big thing. Make it something that is easy to be consistent with, something that you can do. If it's just sending out a message to one person every single day, those are 31 people you could hit in the month of October. 31 people that you can make contact with. in October. So think about it. You don't have to do a massive scale. Scale it down. Make it easier. Those things are they're duplicatable. Your teamies can do it. Your sidelines, your upline. It is something that you can do every single day. And it doesn't have to be 5 hours. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be, I mean, like I said, 30 minutes. If it has to be 5 minutes, then it's 5 minutes. But that's 5 minutes that you've put into your schedule for your business. Now, again, as we talk about, or as I talk about my journey and as I'm going through this, I'm running this as a business. This is not my part time, my side gig. This is not my weekend hustle. This is not my, I only get 2 orders a year that I get active. I always hit 500. That is bare minimum. That is, I have to get that in the first week or I'm upset. My PRV averages, the lowest I've had in a year was 7 something. And that was a horrible month. There was so much stuff going on in my life, mentally, physically. I was sick. There was just too much stuff going on. I gave myself grace for that. I hit 1,000 minimum every single month. Minimum. My goal is 2,500. Why? Because I want annual sales again. I hit it twice. I have 2 trophies that are over there you can't really see, or actually, I think they're in one of the I moved them down because I had products up there. But I have 2 trophies from annual sales. It's $1,000, guys. Like, the annual sales is obtainable. And I also wanna go on this trip. I've been on one. I wanna go again. Now, I look at it as of I'm trying to build basic skills. The biggest part that I never did and never had to do was parties. Parties, parties, parties. That's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm looking at. I also have to add in this month to recruit. Last month I got 0. 0. The month before I got 2. One of them I don't even know who she is. I don't know how she found me. She's a realtor and she has other things that's going on. She wants to use this to supplement her income, which I think is awesome. I don't know how to get her started. I've sent her messages and emails, but that's all I can do. I can't make her work. She signed up. She paid for the kit, the $99 kit. So I can't make her do anything. You can't make any of them do anything. So all you can do is focus on you and focus on finding others that are needing this. There is going to be people that you reach that they have a need and you have to figure out how you can fill it. If they're buying and purchasing a lot of Scentsy, they need it for the cash pack. If they have a really great job and they make bukus of money, they may need a tax break. If they are an empty nester, which I am, they may need something to do. They may need a hobby. They may need to have some actionable plans to fill their day. So when you are talking to your customers, when you're talking to people that you meet and are like, "Oh, are you a Scentsy consultant?" I'm like, "Yes." That's why I like wearing my earrings because people will be like, "I love your earrings." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. It's for my business." And they're like, "Oh, what's your business? Earrings?" I'm like, "Oh, no. I'm a fragrance consultant. I can fragrance up your house and I can give you deals. I can give you bundles. I can even get you some free and half price. I can even help you make money at it." When you start using those terminologies and you start using what would people like, what would you say if someone said, "What do you do?" I do lead with I'm a full-time student because most of the time the only people I see are people on campus. So I am a full-time student. When I mean, I will tell you honestly, I don't talk to a lot of random strangers. They have to come up to me. I am still not that bold because I'm awkward. I will answer questions and I have answers. I don't know always how to start that conversation. So for me this month, October, I'm working on getting parties. I'm going to be sending out messages again. They're going to get used to me sending text messages because I haven't really been doing it and I'm doing it now. I'm asking for parties, letting them know that the holiday collection release. So now we have the fall collection or the harvest collection, the holiday collection, and we have more coming. That's I'm letting them know those are the informational, those are the educational part. The asking for parties is like, do you want to get this free and half price? Let me give you a little special gift if you can hit a party. Because if they're hitting parties and they're hitting over 200, I don't mind using that perpetual gift to get them a half price item. And it's going to be a wax. It's going to be the, like this one was the Gordy Goodness. Two of my parties got it. This is what they got for the month of August. They got these. I've offered the Harvest wax collection. I've also I'll be offering the holiday. So those are what I'm offering. And I need to talk to more people. So I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling better. I'm kind of getting used to, I'm an empty nester. I think I had to acknowledge, I had to accept it. And now I'm having to go through it. So I know I need to find stuff for me to do so I don't just lay in bed and feel depressed and lonely. So I got to find ways to not be lonely. That means getting out of the house, maybe going to the park. I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to do. When I go to the park, I get hot and sweaty and I have rosacea. So anytime I get hot, my face turns bright red. That's why I put a lot of makeup on so y'all can't see it. This is the makeup face. I had to look to make sure how it looked on camera. But this is my makeup face. You can see in some of my podcasts, my face is redder. There's other times I've done videos I haven't put makeup on and my hair's all, and that's just how it is. But today is haircut day because I need to get some of this. Y'all can't even see how bad this is, but that makes me feel better. So think about the things you want to accomplish. Find the small things that you can do to start accomplishing that. If you want parties, you have to ask. Posting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is not going to get you parties. It might. I mean, I can't say it will never. It might, but you're going to have better results if you are contacting and messaging your customers. And honestly, I've gotten away from Facebook Messenger because I don't want to see the unreads. I don't want to see the reds and no responses. I have an Android, so I don't see if it was read, received, put on read, whatever. I don't get to see all that. And it's better for me not because I'm nosy. I'm nosy. Just like your customers are nosy. So think about what you want to accomplish. Think about a task to get you there and make it a 5 to 10-minute task and then do it every single day. Okay. So that's like an actionable plan. That is something that you can do. You have a timeline. You're doing it for this month. Okay. So 31 days. If you don't want to count today, 30 days. You have your plan. So you have your time, you have your plan. Your plan is you want to book parties or you want to recruit, whichever one. Maybe you just want PRV. Maybe you're just asking for individual orders. That's fine. You're just going to work harder. Parties, recruiting, PRV. Then what can you do? How do you get a party? You ask. How do you get recruits? You ask. How do you get PRV? You ask. So you got to learn to start having that communication. You got to start learning and you got to be awkward. You got to make it horrible. You got to fail before you're going to succeed. You have to fail. There's just nothing else to say. You have to fail in order to succeed. There is nobody that has ever been 100% successful the first time. No one ever learns to tie their shoe the first time. No one ever learns how to ride a bike the first time. No one ever understands how a car drives and all of the rules the first time they look at a car. They have to learn. They have to take classes. That's what your training's for. That's what your training in your workstation is for. There's tons of trainings. There's tons of trainings on YouTube. You can follow some of these people on YouTube, all these SSDs, these star directors, these people like me that aren't even directors that are willing to give you information. The ones that are putting themselves out there to make a fool of themselves, to mess up, to have blunders, to have it to where their mic is not working for multiple videos. I'm loud. So I decided my microphone's going to be loud. You will just have to turn me down. So find an actionable plan. You already have a timeline and get to it and let me know what is working for you. Let's share. Let's share. I will be making videos. Now, again, when I'm gone, I'll probably make a video or so while I'm away, just so you guys kind of get the little some things. I can't do all things. Some of it's going to be an NDA, so I cannot share those. But I will tell you my experience. I will tell you the things that I'm learning. I'm very excited. So that's what I have for you guys today. Guys, I am Cassie Bollinger. I am letting you on the inside of my journey of how I am growing my team, my business, and just growing myself. There are a lot of self-help things that I'm doing. There's a lot of books I'm reading. There's a lot of podcasts I'm trying to listen to. So it's always a constant process. Once you get to a certain level, it is not secure. You still have to work your business. You just need to find simple ways, simplicity, duplicity, duplication. Oh my gosh, simplicity, duplication, and there's another one. Hold on. It's gonna come to me. Simplification, duplication, duplicatable, rinse and repeat. I don't even know. There's gonna be another one that'll pop to me later, but that's what you need. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Tuesday, 1st of October. Guys, October is going to rock it out. So make sure that you stay tuned and follow my journey. Oh, also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Guys, every time you comment, I really do a happy dance. I'm like, woo hoo hoo. I was so upset that y'all couldn't hear everything I was saying. I hope that the repeat of the last one was able to be listened to. Again, I won't make that a mistake again. It is on high, 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 high. You probably just heard it go up, up, up. I just turned it like to the max. So that's why I kind of turned it down a little bit. I am turning it down just a little bit to the high, but not the high, high. And so just remember, you can do this. You can do this because you are smart. You are worthy. You are important. And guys, this business is so doable. So let's get it done.